Hi everybody, welcome. So let's find a comfortable seat at the top of the mat. You could use props like a block or a strap, a belt, or even a blanket if you'd like a little padding in your seat, or other time, and for your knees perhaps if they're sensitive. But let's find a nice comfortable seat. Sit up nice and tall, let your heart lift. I'm actually sitting on the edge of a block right now just to kind of tilt my pelvis forward a little bit, keep that natural curve in my lower spine. I'm going to rest the hands on my knees or legs, or you can rest your dominant hand in your less dominant hand, allowing your thumbs to gently touch. Just kind of roll your shoulders back a few times. Allow your eyes to close and gaze down the tip of your nose if you're not comfortable closing your eyes. Let's just come into the breath. Breathe in through the nose. For the first couple, let's exhale out of the mouth. Just releasing. Breathing in through the nose. Exhale out of your mouth. Start to breathe in and out of your nose, trying to find a nice, even breath. Today we're going to be tapping into compassion for ourselves as well as others. So as you breathe in, giving yourself some fresh energy and life force. As you exhale, sending out compassion to all beings everywhere. Let's take 3 more breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Breathe in. And exhale. Bring your palms together to your heart. You can keep your eyes closed if you'd like, or gently open them. We're going to chant mantra. One of my favorite parts of my teacher training, my teacher is a senior Jiva Mukti instructor, and their invocation that they use, which is used in many classes, not only Jiva Mukti, is Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. And it translates to, may all beings everywhere be happy and free. And we add in, may the thoughts, words, and actions of my own life contribute in some way to that happiness and that freedom for all. We end by saying Shanti 3 times, which means peace, and then an Om. We'll start with an Om. So if you want to join me, if you know it, you're welcome to. We'll do it 3 times, okay? So take a deep breath in. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May all beings everywhere be happy and free. May the thoughts, words, and actions of my own life contribute in some way to that happiness and that freedom for all. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Ujjayi breath. So I told a little fib, I didn't mean to, that we do that 3 times. Just do it 1 time. All right, let's stay in this seat for a moment. If you need to switch legs, you're welcome to. If you need a little break, bring your hands to your knees. Gently pull back, roll the shoulders back, and lift the chest, arching the back, looking up. So a little seated cow and cat. As you exhale, round the spine, kind of lean back, roll the shoulders forward, chin towards the chest. Inhale, lift the chest, cow pose. Exhale, round the spine to cat. Breathe in 1 more time, lift up. Exhale, round the spine. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. Let's reach both arms up towards the sky. We're going to twist to the right. So as you exhale, bring your left hand to your right knee, right hand behind you. Breathe in, sit tall, pull the belly in, and then exhale, twist a little bit deeper. See if you can bring your gaze over your right shoulder. Inhale, let's reach back up to center. And exhale, switch sides. Breathe in, reach back up. And exhale, bring your arms down to your sides. Let's roll over the shins and come into downward facing dog just for a moment. So spread your fingers out nice and wide. Press into your feet. Start to walk your legs out a little bit. Feet can be hip distance. You can test out different variations of the width. See how it feels. Try to rotate your upper arms open. Externally rotate. Getting a little lift in your armpits. Your elbows try to circle forward a little bit. Good. Bend your knees, press your hips even higher. And root down through your heels. Now as you breathe in, walk your feet all the way forward. Fold over your legs. Let your head hang heavy. If you want to grab opposite elbows or bring your hands behind your back, you're welcome to. Otherwise, you can just press your hands into the earth. Let your head hang heavy. Even gently sway from side to side. Heel toe your feet all the way together. Bend your knees and hook your thumbs. Hug your biceps and arms into your ears. As you breathe in, lift up, arch back. Try to pull those thumbs apart. Draw your tailbone down. Exhale, split your hands, fold forward, touch the earth. As you lift your chest on a breath in, step the right foot back. Lower the right knee down. Stack the left knee and ankle, hugging your legs in towards one another. Hook your thumbs and lift up, arch back. Anjaneyasana. Exhale, hands to the earth, downward facing dog. As you breathe in, roll forward to a high plank. As you exhale, lower your knees, chest and chin. So keep your butt up in the air. Roll your shoulders back. Inhale. Straighten the legs, press to the tops of the feet. Lift your chest for cobra. Exhale. Child's pose to downward facing dog. Breathing in, step the right foot forward, lower the left knee. Hook your thumbs, lift up, arch back. Exhale, hands to the ground. Tuck your back toes under, lift the back knee, and step forward. Bend your knees, hook your thumbs as you breathe in, lift up, arch back. Exhale, split your hands, fold forward. Inhale, lift your chest. Step the left foot back first this time. Bend the left knee, lower it. Hook your other thumb on top, and as you breathe in, lift up and arch back. Exhale, hands to the ground. Downward facing dog. Breathe in, roll forward, high plank. Exhale, lower knees, chest, and chin. Inhale, lift up to cobra. Exhale, child's pose to downward facing dog. On a breath in, step the left foot forward, lower the right knee, hook that funny thumb on top, lift up, arch back. Then exhale, hands to the ground. Tuck your back toes under, lift the back knee and step forward. Bend your knees, hook your thumbs. Breathe in, lift up, arch back. And bring your palms together. As you exhale, slide them through to your heart. Samastitihi. Steady standing. Bring your arms to your sides. Take a breath in. And inhale. Your next inhale, sit back, lift your arms to chair pose, Utkatasana. Breathe in. Exhale, palms to your heart. Lift your chest up. As you exhale, twist to the right, left elbow, right knee. Press your hands together. Try to pull that right shoulder back. Try to pull that left hip back as well. Sink your hips a little bit lower and shift the weight into your right leg. Step your left foot back. Open your arms here if you'd like. Breathe. Bringing your palms back together. Inhale. Come all the way back up. Reach up. This time bring your left hand to touch your left knee, your back of your left leg. And reach up and back with the right arm. Bend the right knee a little more deeply. Exhale, hands to the ground. Step back to a high plank. Coming onto the outer edge of your left foot, stack your right foot on top. Make sure your left shoulder and wrist are stacked. And peel your right arm up. Vasisthasana. Pressing down to get higher. Exhale, right hand to the ground. High plank. Breathe in. And exhale, lower knees, chest, and chin. Inhale, straighten the legs, lift the cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's walk the feet all the way together. Lift the heels. Bend your knees, look forward, step or hop, and come right up into chair. Palms together. Sit down. Bring your palms to your heart. Take a breath in. Exhale, twist to the left this time. Rotating your heart up towards the sky. Opening up for compassion, empathy, love, gratitude. Shift the weight into the left leg. Step the right foot back first this time. Open your arms. Bringing your palms together. Breathe in, come up. Then reach up, crescent warrior. Stacking the left knee and ankle. Hugging the upper thighs in towards one another. Finding power there. Bring your right hand to the back of the right leg. Reach the left arm up over the ear. Reversing. Little different style. Exhale, palms to the ground. Step back to that high plank. Bring the feet together. You might move the right hand in a little bit to stack the shoulder and wrist. Then come onto the outer edge of the right foot. Stack the left foot on top and lift the left arm up. Exhale, left hand comes down. Come into that high plank. And then we're going to lower onto the forearms, forearm plank. So sink your hips down some, but don't dump your hips. Squeeze your legs in towards one another. Pull your shoulders back. Breathe, pull the belly in. And lower your knees down. Press back to child's pose. Take a breath in. And then your next exhale, come to downward facing dog. On a breath in, let's lift the right leg up towards the sky. Bend the right knee, open the right hip. Press through your hands evenly. You wiggle your toes and your foot. Breathe in, straighten the right leg, square the right hip to the earth. Exhale, step the right foot forward. Spin that left foot parallel to the back edge of the mat. And come up into warrior two. Reaching through both arms evenly. Look down. Look back towards your left shoulder. Make sure your arm's not sinking down. You want them even. Pull the belly in. Sink down into your hips. Breathe. Flip your right palm up. Reach up and back. Reverse warrior. Keep bending the knee. Take a breath in. Reach up with your left hand, grab the right wrist, pull back. Inhale, straighten the right leg. Pull back some more. As you exhale, split your hands, reach forward. Find length in that right side, but keep your chest opening up. And bring your right hand to your right shin, floor, toes, or a block. You can turn your back toes in a little bit, or shorten the stance, and look up towards your left thumb. Externally rotate that front thigh for extended triangle. Utthita Trikonasana. On a breath in with nice strong legs, come all the way back up. Bend the right knee. Come into extended side angle. So it could be forearm on the thigh or hand on the floor, inside or outside the leg. As long as you're not crunching your ribs, reach the left arm up over your ear. Open your chest. Breathe. And reach your left arm back up. Look down towards your toes. This may be where you want to block. You can place it in front of your right toes. Start to shift the weight forward, bringing the right fingers in front of those right toes and coming up into half moon. Flexing the lifted foot, keeping the lifted leg engaged. One more breath in. Exhale. Release. Lower the left hand down. Square the left hip to the earth. Then bring that foot next to the right. Fold over your legs. Spread your feet out about 2 fist distance apart. Take your peace fingers and your thumbs. Grab a hold of the big toes. Breathe in. Lift your chest. Exhale, pull with your arms as you fold into your legs. Padangusthasana. Bring the gaze, the drishti, down the tip of your nose. As you inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, release your hands. Swap the feet out as wide as the mat, turn the toes out, and come down into Malasana, garland pose. So even if you're up higher, you can't get the hips that low, that's fine. Try to lower your heels all the way to the ground though. So you could slide a blanket underneath your heels if you needed to here. Press the palms together. Press the arms and legs into each other and lift your heart up. Take a couple breaths. On an exhale, bring your hands to the ground. Lift your hips up. You can go through a vinyasa, stepping back, lowering to chaturanga, into up dog, breathing in to down dog, or just bring your feet back to downward position and start there. On an inhale, let's lift the left leg up. Bend the left knee, open the left hip, make some movement. Breathe in, straighten the left leg, square the left hip to the earth. As you exhale, step the left foot forward. Spin that right heel down. Warrior two on this side. Spread the arms wide. Let the shoulders soften. Sink down into your hips, but still hugging the legs in towards the midline. Breathe. Oh, it's really hot here today, so I'm already sweaty. Flip the left palm up, reach up and back, reverse. Keep bending the left knee. With your right hand, reach up, grab the left wrist, pull back, and straighten the left leg. Reverse triangle. Exhale, split your arms, reach forward. Bring the left hand down, reach the right arm up. Inhale. Exhale. On a breath in, come all the way back up. Then exhale, bend the left knee, extended side angle on this side. Wherever you want to go. If you're bringing the hand down, if it's inside the leg, press the arm into the leg. If it's outside, press the arm, press the leg into the arm. Exhale, look down towards your left toes. So half moon on this side. If you're using the block, grab it and start to shift the weight forward. Left fingertips on the ground. Lift the right leg high. You're still pulling that left hip back. If that makes sense. Expand. Take up as much space as you can. Breathe. On your next exhale, lower the right hand down. Square the right hip to the earth. And lower that right foot to the floor. Spread your feet out about hip distance. Bend your knees a little bit and slide your hands all the way under your feet. Keep your knees bent if you need to. Breathe in, lift the chest. Exhale, fold. As you inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, release the hands and bring them to your hips. Breathe in, lead with your chest as you come all the way back up. Take a breath in and out. Let your arms come to your sides in Tadasana, standing tall. Let's bring the hands behind the back. If you can bring them into Anjali Mudra behind your back, do it. Trying to draw the heels of the hands together, fingers up towards the shoulder blades, if not between them. If that doesn't work for you, that's okay. You can take peaceful yoga fists, press them together, pull your shoulders back, still elbows back, or grab opposite forearms. And just be sure you're not splaying out, so knit those ribs back in. Okay? And we're going to take a breath in and step the left foot back. probably 3.5, 4 feet, depending on how tall you are. If you're pretty tall, take a longer step. And if you can go heel to heel without losing your balance, you can try that. Otherwise, you can bring that left foot out to the left a little bit. That's okay. So, pulling that right hip back, left hip forward. Hug the legs in towards the midline. It'll give you some stability, okay? Breathe in here. As you exhale, lead with a nice long spine. Fold halfway forward. Then pause. Now you're welcome to stay right here. If you're feeling it, you can come down even further. Eventually rounding your spine some more. Perhaps bringing the nose to the knee. Or just gazing towards your big toe. Parsvottanasana. Now as you breathe in, lift halfway if you were folded all the way forward. Bend the right knee, shift the weight into the right leg. And lift that left leg up for a variation of Warrior 3. Try to keep the left hip square to the earth. Keep that left leg nice and strong. Eventually re-straighten the right leg. On your next exhale, lower the left foot next to the right. Maybe shake your legs out a little bit. We'll switch sides. If you were grabbing opposite forearms, just switch them. All right, are you ready? Let's step the right foot back. Pull it. This time you got to pull that left hip back a little bit, right hip forward. Breathe in. And exhale, fold over the left leg. On an inhale, lift halfway. Bend the left knee, shift the weight forward, lifting the right leg up. Exhale, lower the right foot next to the left. Release your arms, release your hands. Maybe circle your wrists a little bit. Breathe and reach up, stretch it out. Grab the right wrist with the left hand, side bend. Inhale, reach back up. Exhale, over to the other side. Breathe and reach back up. And exhale, arms to your sides, Tadasana. Just take a couple breaths here. So giving yourself a break. Especially these days, things have been so intense with COVID, with the marches and protests and the battling with everybody. And what do? It's hard not to get upset about it, but you try to look at all this as an opportunity to learn, have some gratitude for what it's trying to teach you in this moment. Maybe just gratitude on how you are learning to open your heart and allow yourself to show compassion, especially for those who are suffering right now. Some of us take it better than others, but we're all suffering a little bit, I imagine. But just remembering that people are going through big things. So if you see someone and they are acting a little nuts, not that you're judging them, just find some compassion in your heart for them, because we're all going through something that I don't know that any of us have gone through before, really. So keeping that in mind, what is it teaching us about ourselves and about what we think or how we treat others? What are we learning? Spreading your feet about hip distance. Let's shift the weight into the left leg. We're going to cross the right foot over the left thigh, right above the knee, opening that right knee and hip, flexing the right foot. You can have your hands on your legs or palms at your heart. Take a breath in As you exhale, start to slide down that imaginary wall or go to a real wall. That's okay too. Sinking your hips back. Now you might stay here, or as you exhale, start to fold forward, trying to bring your hands to the floor. These are all options. You're not good or bad if you get your hands to the floor. You're not going to get more enlightened quicker. So if you're not there and you're feeling badly, don't feel bad. It all is time and practice and different body types and different flexibility and strength. Pressing your palms into the ground. Maybe you can bend your elbows like little chaturanga arms and wrap your right toes around your tricep. You can start to lean forward here, really engaging the core. And maybe lifting your left toes up off the ground and lifting that leg up into flying crow. This is one of my fear factors. And lowering down, walking yourself back up, bringing your palms together, coming up with grace, and releasing. Whew. Shake it out. All right. And we'll switch sides. And one side's usually more open than the other, or stronger, or you feel more stable. So keep that in mind too as you practice. And it's going to be different next time. So it is what it is. Just let it be. So shifting the weight into the right leg, crossing the left foot over the right knee, trying to open that left hip up. Palms to your heart. Start to sink down into your hips. Ooh. Take a breath in. Stay here. Or start to fold forward. Bringing your fingertips to the floor. Maybe that's today's move. Or your palms. Wrapping the left toes around the right tricep, leaning forward. Maybe lifting the right toes up a little bit. Oops, and you fall out of it maybe. And slowly make your way back up with more grace than what I just did. Breathe in, reach your arms up. Exhale, fold over your legs. Breathe in, lift the chest. As you exhale, step back and lower into child's pose and just pause, take a little break. Big toes touch, hips sink back. Reaching forward, forehead on the ground. Breathing. You can breathe in through the nose and exhale out of your mouth. And coming into an inversion of your choice. So you could practice dolphin, which is like down dog on your forearms. Just measure your shoulders out, reach your arms forward or clasp your hands. Shoulders will come over the elbows, so you're stacked. And lift up. And try to draw your chest towards your legs, pulling the shoulders back. You could do headstand, which is a similar setup. Interlace your fingers though, and hold the back of your head gently. So there's a little space between your fingers and the back of your head. Lift up and walk your feet forward until they can float up off the ground. Still pulling your shoulders back, pulling the belly and squeezing the legs together. Coming down nice and easy. Or staying in child's pose. Or coming into any other inversion that appeals to you right now. Take 3 more breaths. And slowly make your way back into child's pose just to rest for a moment. Close your eyes, breathe in through the nose. If your shoulders need a break, slide your arms back towards your heels. As you breathe in, lift your hips up off your heels. Bring your knees in slightly so they're directly underneath your hips and they're not wider. I'm going to do side view for this one. For Anahatasana. So take a breath in. As you exhale, you're going to start reaching forward, letting your heart melt towards the ground, keeping your hips up. If this is too much on your shoulders, widen your arms out. It will take some of the pressure off. Okay? Take a breath in. Exhale out of your mouth. And each exhale, let your heart melt towards the floor even more. On your next breath in, start to slide your hands closer to you a little bit. Lift your chest up off the ground and shift your hips forward to lay on your stomach. Let's prop up on the forearms for Sphinx pose. So shoulders out and elbows are stacked. Elbows are shoulder distance apart. They may be slightly in front of the shoulders. And press your pubic bone into the mat. Pull your shoulders back and just gaze a little bit in front of your hands, keeping the back of the neck long. Breathe. One more breath in. As you exhale, lower down. Turn your head to the side. Bring your arms to your sides. And slide your legs together. They may split to hip distance. That's okay. Bring your forehead to the floor. Pull the belly in. Pull the shoulders back. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, lift up. Shalabhasana, locust pose. Breathing. Engaging your lower back. Extending through your toes. One more breath in. Lift a little bit higher. Exhale, lower down. Turn your head to the other side. Breathe in and out. Bring your forehead to center again. This time clasp your hands behind your back. Take a breath in. Exhale, lift up. Just a little different variation. On your next exhale, lower down. Turn your head to either side. Breathe in and out. I'm going to bend the knees. Reach back for the ankles. And walk your feet as close together as they can today. Roll your shoulders back. Take a breath in. And exhale, press the legs into the hands. So the hands draw the legs up. So the more you press the ankles and feet into the hands, the more your chest is going to lift up and rise. Keep breathing. Dhanurasana, bow pose. Exhale and lower down. You can bend your knees and let your legs flop from side to side. And then pause. Lower your feet down. Bring your hands up next to your chest and flip over onto your back for bridge. So laying back, another time, if you're sensitive, you could use this block underneath your sacrum, remembering that there's 3 levels, and you will stay here as we do 2 moves in this position. So you could stay here for 10 breaths. If you are not using a block or a prop, you're going to have your heels lined up with your sit bones. Press into your feet, press into your upper arms. Really get your shoulders underneath you. So if you want to do shoulder stand, this is a great lead-in to it. So you need to get those shoulders under you to safely do shoulder stand. Clasp your hands underneath you. Press into your feet, press into your arms, and lift your hips up. Press your knees away from you as your chest draws towards your chin. But your chin is not drawing towards your chest, so press into the back of your head. Drishti down the tip of your nose. Take a breath in. Exhale and lower down. So you can assess how you're feeling. Maybe you want to switch to a block for the second bridge. Maybe you want to stick with what you're doing. Maybe you want to come into upward facing bow, Dhanurasana. If so, you're going to bring your hands up next to your head, fingers pointing towards your shoulders, press into your feet, and lift your hips, bring the top of your head to the floor. Hug those elbows in, then press into your arms and your legs and try to draw your chest through your arms. You can start walking your feet closer to your hands, lifting up even higher. Exhale, gently lower down. If you're in wheel, tuck your chin. Once you're down, hug your knees in. Gently rock from side to side, circling the knees one direction, the other direction. Pause, pull the knees in. Let's shift the hips to the right for a moment. Cross the right thigh over the left, or any variation. Bring your knees over to the left, stretching your arms out, keeping the shoulders back and looking over your right shoulder. As you breathe in, come back up. Lift your knees up. With your left hand, grab the right ankle. Right hand, grab the left ankle or the foot or wherever you can reach. Try to split your feet apart, squeezing the legs together, but then pressing the knees away from you. So it's a little supine Gomukhasana legs anyway. Cow face pose legs. Breathe. Gently release. And cross the left thigh over the right. Shift your hips to the left a little bit. Let your knees fall to the right. Reach your arms out to the sides. This time gaze over your left shoulder. So you breathe in, come back up. Lift the knees up, grabbing those opposite feet or ankles. Again, trying to pull the feet apart, pressing the knees away from you for a little more intensity. Gently release. Hug your knees in and start to rock forwards and backwards. Rocking around. So come back to the top of your mat. Just face the top. When you arrive, extend your legs. Flex your feet back. Sit up nice and tall. Breathe in. And lead with your chest as you exhale and fold forward from the hips, reaching for your feet, using your strap, bending your knees, or just reaching wherever you can today. Breathe in, lift the chest again, pull your shoulders back. Exhale, fold. Gazing towards your big toes. Maybe settling in, letting your forehead drop down towards your shins. Letting your eyes close. As you breathe in, come back up. I'm going to bend the right knee and bring the right heel next to the right hip. If you feel really lopsided here, you want to be careful. So you could take your block and sit on it with your left hip. For some, this is way too high, so even the blanket might be a better idea for a little more evenness. But be sure you're not twisting this ankle too much. You can press the toenails into the floor. Breathe in, sit tall. As you exhale, fold forward, reaching for your left foot. Inhale, come back up. Bend your left knee and grab that foot with both hands. Pull the foot up and then straighten the legs. The one leg. Roll your shoulder back for heron pose. Try not to dump in your lower back, so keep the core engaged and lift up. As you breathe, you can start to draw the leg in a little closer, perhaps. Bend your left knee. Release your right leg. Please shake your legs out a little bit. And let's switch sides. So I'm bending your left knee. Bringing the top of the left foot to the ground. Flexing the right foot back. Breathe in. Exhale, fold over that right leg. As you breathe in, come back up. Bend the knee. Reach for the right foot. Lifting the leg maybe halfway. Maybe even higher. Lifting the chest. Or maybe reaching for the leg, drawing it in even closer. Gently release. Release your left leg. Shake the legs out. Pull both knees in. Bring the soles of your feet together. Binding your feet or peeling your feet open like a book. You want to adjust your seat a little bit. Breathe in, sit tall. Exhale, draw your chest and your heart towards your toes. Baddha Konasana. Breathing in, come back up nice and easy. Bring your hands behind you, press into your fingertips, kind of turn your hands out so your chest is opening. Lift and look up. Take a few breaths here. On your next exhale, keeping your legs in this position, gently lower yourself down to reclined cobbler's pose or Supta Baddha Konasana. Resting one hand on your heart, one on your abdomen, or cactusing your arms on the ground. Letting your breath slow. Letting your eyes just close as you settle in. So in the first book of the Yoga Sutras, Sutra or thread 33, it reads, when you encounter suffering, which is called dukkha, you should meet it with compassion, which is karuna. So in these times of crisis, become a servant. Find compassion, humility, and gratitude for the opportunity to serve. Serve from your soul rather than from your ego. So if you feel angry and helpless, try to find motivation from a power beyond that. And really what can lead there is compassion and gratitude. Love. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale slowly out of your mouth. Breathe in. Exhale slowly out of your mouth. On your next exhale, start to extend your legs, making your way into Shavasana, corpse pose. Now I invite you, if you have the time, to maybe pause this video right now and lay there for 10 minutes. If you don't, just stay with me. Letting any efforts release. Letting your breath flow naturally. Letting go of any past judgments of yourself or others. Letting them die in this corpse. Anything you're holding on to that's not serving you anymore, let it die. Start to make some small movements. And gently turn your head from side to side or stretch your arms up, extending through your fingers and your toes. Pull your knees in and roll onto your right side and just pause. If you're pregnant, roll onto your left side. Find gratitude for this present moment that you find yourself in. You find yourself awake and aware in. with closed eyes, press yourself back up to a comfortable seat, bringing your palms together at your heart. I thank you for joining me. Let's close with an Om. Take a deep breath in. The light in me honors the light in each of you. Namaste. Thank you all. Have a wonderful, blessed, beautiful day.